Hey everyone, it's Kwa here. In this video, we're going to be covering the Google Ads budget calculator. And I picked up this calculator from Jeff Sauer's Google Ads Bootcamp course. Let's go have a look. So this is what it looks like. I really like, straight away off the bat, I love the design of it. Look at it, it's a nice blue background. It's got the cool fonts there. It's got its logo there, and it just looks nice. It's not a boring Excel spreadsheet. So that's the first thing I got when I went through the calculator for the first time. Okay, so now onto the meaty stuff. So this part in gold, this is where you fill out the details, right? So this is where you got to fill out the information, the areas in white. This will automatically be generated, okay? And this is the final result, okay? So let's get into it. So the PPC ad metrics. So this is the Google Ads spend per month. So how much do you want to spend per month in Google Ads? So we're just going to throw some numbers around, and we're going to see whether Google Ads is going to be effective. So let's say I want to spend $1,000 per month, so I put $1,000 per month, and let's say that the average cost per click that I'm willing to spend, the maximum I'm willing to spend for average cost per click is, let's say it's $3. Okay, that's the most I'm willing to spend. My budget is $1,000 per month, and the most money I'll spend per click is $3. Okay, so you can see automatically it generates a result, which is 333 visitors. So if I spend $1,000, and out of that $1,000 I'm willing to spend only a maximum of $3 per click, then I should be technically getting over 330 visitors to my website. Okay, interesting. PPC lead conversion rate forms and course. So what this means is that out of those 333 people, how much do I expect out of those 300 people to actually call me or send me an email? So from my experience, it's usually between 1 to 3%. So an average website will get between 1 to 3% conversion rate, right? But if you do a really great landing page, it might even go all the way up to 30%. But just to be on the safe side, let's just go with 3%. So I just put down 3%. So right now, the next part is conversion leads and inquiries. So what this means is that how many people will convert into a proper lead. So out of that 300 people, if 300 people went to my website and 3% of those people actually contacted me, out of those 3% of those people, that means I'm going to get 10 leads. So 10 people is actually going to contact me. All right, so that's pretty cool, interesting. So out of that month, I should be getting 10 leads. Fantastic. Cost per raw inquiry. So what this means is how much money are you really spending per lead? So this is a business decision really. So you can really calculate, okay, how much am I willing to spend per lead? So out of this, you're going to be spending $100 per lead. Interesting. Okay, so now onto the sales metrics. So out of the qualified leads, so out of these qualified leads, which is the 10, right? Out of those 10 leads that you're going to be getting per month, how many people is going to be qualified? So I put down 80%, because sometimes when I'm getting phone calls, when I get leads, you pick up the phone, you call them, and they're not qualified. They're completely, they're not fit for your product or service. They're asking for the wrong things. So that tends to happen. So what I really like about this calculator is that factors that in. It's actually it's a part where you got to calculate that. So 80% of those people that's going to call me is probably going to be qualified. So that means that now you've got 8 leads out of the 10 that's going to be qualified. The other 2 is not qualified. Okay, now sales proposals delivered. What this means is that out of those 10 people, out of those 8 people, what percentage are you going to send out your proposals? So if you're writing a proposal or sending a quote, we know that takes time. It takes time, right? So it takes a lot of time for you to actually go through and write the proposal. So I'll put down 80% success rate that I'm going to be sending out a proposal. Sales close rate. What this means is that what's the percentage of your closing ratio out of those leads? So let's say that I picked up the phone, I contacted those 8 leads. Out of those 8 leads, how many people do you think I'm going to close? So I put down 50%, because from my experience, any inbound leads that comes through to me, I tend to close. I have a 50 to 80% closing ratio. So anyone who contacts me, I pick up the phone, I do my sales thing, and then I tend to just close 50 to 80% of them. So on the safe side, I'm just going to put down 50%, right? So out of those 8 leads that's qualified, I'm going to send out 6 proposals. I should technically be getting 3 sales, okay? Now, average revenue per sale. So let's say I'm selling a $2,000 product, okay? Okay, this is where you just put down how much you're selling the product, and the product cost percentage. What this means is how much money does it cost to make that particular product. So if it's a service, if you're doing something where it's based on time, then it's 0%. It's not going to cost anything. But this is where you need to have, you need to know a bit about your numbers. So let's say that you're creating some sort of online product. It's an information product, and out of that $2,000, it probably takes 20% of that is expenses. It takes 20% of that $2,000 is probably going to cost you, right, to make that product. Okay, great. Agency in-house management fees. So what this means is, are you spending for an agency to manage your Google Ads campaign? Are you spending money for a web designer or whatever it is? Who's managing this stuff, and how much do they charge? So you can put down $1,000 or $100, whatever it is. But if you're doing it yourself, put down 0. Okay, so that's it for putting in your own metrics. So let's have a look at the results. So your gross revenue per sale is $2,000, right? So that's how much you're selling it. So per month, based on the information you've given, you should be making $6,400 income per month. Okay, average cost, all right, this is factoring all the expenses and so forth. So your average cost is $2,280. Your gross profit, this is the profit. Your gross profit is $4,120. Fantastic. Now these numbers will change according to what you've put in, so I won't delve too much into this. But what I really want to cover is this. So the return on ad spend, or the ROAS, this is determining on what's your return on the ad spend. So if I spent $1,000, what's my return on that? So based on the numbers that I've given, per sale, it's 540%, right? So that means that I've made 5x return on my money. So I'll put down 1,000 and I've got $5,000 back. So that's 500% increase. That's really good. It's like going to the casino, right? But even better. I'm putting $1,000 here. I made $5,000. Fantastic. The ROI percentage. This is just another way to determine what's the percentage return on investment. So I made 180% return on investment. So is that a good deal? That was a good deal. So that's it. That's it for the Google Ads budget calculator. That's all you need to do is put in the numbers, and then it gives you, one thing I really love about this calculator is that it gives you so much clarity and confidence in Google Ads, because when you're first starting out, you don't have a goal. You just, okay, I'll pick these keywords, I'm gonna just spend my money. Google Ads will tell me, okay, we recommend for you to do this and this and this, well, whatever it is, right? However, that's wrong, because you don't know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, you don't know what target to hit, and you're just gonna quit, and that's it. You're gonna say Google Ads doesn't work. But because we're armed with this Google Ads budget calculator, we know now that if I spend $1,000 and I'm willing to spend up to $3 per click, and my conversion rate, which is very low, 3%, I should be getting around 10 leads per month, right? And out of those 10 leads, I should be getting 8 leads, 6 proposals, and I should get about 3 sales. Hell, I just get like 1 sale, So it gives you a lot of confidence. It gives you clarity on where you're going to go, and in a sea of confusion, right? So that's all you need to do. Fill in the details for the Google Ads budget calculator. Play around with the different scenarios. If I'm spending $1,000, $5,000, just play around with it. And another thing is, you can give you business decisions on what you should take in the next round. So for example, okay, I noticed that my sales closing ratio is 50%. What would I do if I got really good at sales, right? What if I was closing 80%? That means I'll change to 80%, and therefore I get even more sales. So I should be making even more money. Fantastic. So now I'm making $10,000 per month instead of $6,000. Oh, wow. So that means I better invest more time into closing sales. What if I spent more money in Google Ads, right? $2,000. Okay. I'm just going to double my budget. Everything else stays the same. So that means now I'm getting 600 visitors per month. That means I'm getting 20 leads per month, right? That means I'm getting 10 sales per month. That means I'm getting $20,000 per month. So you can start thinking about what you're going to do, what you're going to focus on next. And these are the key metrics that you should be focusing on. There's a whole bunch of junk out there that will distract you, but if you just focus on these key areas, that's it. That's all you need to do. And I went through the course, and when I did this calculator, it really helped me get clarity on my Google Ads campaign, because I was, when you're spending money, it's scary spending money because you don't know what's going to happen. And but when you've been through this exercise, after when you've been through this exercise and you know the numbers, you start advertising, and you just stick to it. Just make sure that you stick to the numbers. So I'm going to be sticking to my $3 per click, cost per click, or maybe $4. And technically I should be expecting to get between 1 to 3 leads this month, or whatever it is, or 1 to 2 sales, right? And if it doesn't work, just go back, have a look at it, re-optimize, and so forth. So that's it for the Google Ads Budget Calculator by Data Driven. Jeff Sauer, go check out his stuff. He's a great educator. I've been through his stuff, and he's a really clear communicator. The way he talks is all purely data driven, as the name suggests, and I really like his approach towards advertising, because it's not just the emotional side of things. You got to really back it up with the numbers, and this is a fantastic calculator. I highly recommend it. Go check it out. Go to datadriven.com. You can download this calculator for free, and I hope this video helps you. It certainly helped me when I went through this exercise, and I hope you like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. See you guys next one.